Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the best video you will watch today. And it's not just because of Daphne right here. It's not just because of her, but you need to get out of the kitchen. There's oil and stuff splattering around here. And if you want to enjoy this video as much as I enjoy making them, grab yourself your favorite beverage. I'm going to finish off this bone broth here, and let us celebrate another daily upload on the One Meal channel. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that is good. So, yesterday I made chicken patties. You can choose to do with those chicken patties however you like, but I have a rice, chicken, potatoes, and onions kind of style diet with a little bit of bacon on the side as a snack, and we are not going to interrupt that. We're going to keep that the same. But chicken patties yesterday didn't quite turn out the way that I was expecting them to. Didn't really bind very well. They didn't get all nice and crispy like I wanted them to. So we're going to kind of take another stab, another attempt at that. We're going to go with some kind of smaller patties, slider style patties, and add them to our little batch right here. So this meat comes from some chicken stock that we had cooked up a little bit ago. I did notice that there are still a few bones in here that need to be taken out. They didn't get ground up very well. But you can use any type of chicken that you want. You don't have to use the chicken stock. I just wanted to use it so that this meat didn't go to waste. Alright, so I have 3 different sized kind of patties here. I feel like the small one is going to be best. And something else that I'm doing different from yesterday is that I'm not using a non-stick pan like I did before. I think that non-stick pan really did a good job. So I'm just going to let that cook over a semi-long period of time. Kind of try that again. If you're interested in seeing how I prepared those chicken patties, you can look at our video yesterday, but basically it's just chicken put into a meat processor with some egg and a bit of flour if it's a little too sticky, salt, pepper, garlic, and cayenne, and that combination makes a really good flavor. What you're looking for is, I have bacon grease in here, but that's probably not a really good flavor combination. I'm just doing that because I'm making this at home. But you can use whatever type of cooking substance you want, like oil or fat or butter or whatever you want. But the goal is to make these really crispy so they can keep their shape. I'm going to see if we can crisp that up just a little bit while we have our rice going in the background. Maybe we give it a flip or two, move these off to the side, and then add our potatoes to get them started. So if I had prepped well, I would cook in a second pan. And you know what? I think I might do that. So we'll go over here. We'll get started cooking in a second pan. I don't usually cook with butter. I usually try to cook with that bacon grease, but butter goes really good with potatoes and onions. Put that away. Get that cooked up, put a lid on it. Very simple meal to prepare in the middle of your day, or right when your work day is ending when you get home. It doesn't require a whole lot of prep. So what we got here? Wrong lid. And depending on your portion sizes, you'll easily be able to get all of the food that you need to consume in a day. So I have a roommate, Noah. He just left the house a little bit ago. He eats the same breakfast every single morning. He has 2 tortillas, 4 eggs, and 4 pieces of bacon, a little bit of cheese. Put a tortilla down with 2 bacon and 2 eggs. Put some cheese on that, and we'll call it good. And I figure if you eat that and have a smaller portion of what I'm eating today, you get your daily calories no problem. I, on the other hand, I get pretty sleepy every time I eat. I actually just saw a meme on Instagram talking about people that as soon as they finish eating food, they just immediately pass out and go to bed. No matter what I eat, and no matter how small of a portion I do, I get really tired, I get really sleepy after I eat. So I try to just eat once a day. Usually in the middle of the day or after work, preferably after work. And if I go to bed early that night, then I go to bed early that night. But I notice I simply do not perform my best after I eat. So I might as well, and if it isn't affected by portion sizes, I might as well just have one meal a day and eat as much or as little as I want. Excuse me, my apologies. I think that's the first sneeze that we've caught on camera since we started filming nearly 2.5 months ago. I've been trying to find a lid for that several times now. I'm seriously struggling. Maybe I'm missing something. Missing something over here. Well, I guess it'll be a lid off. Be a lid off adventure. Alright, let's see if I haven't just absolutely burnt these chicken patties in this non-stick pan. Oh no, that actually looks really good. That's the crispiness you're looking for. It feels like it's sticking to the bottom. Yeah, that one did. Yeah, you can see that crispiness is got ripped off. Let's see if we have any success here. Well, we did. Perfect. That is a major improvement compared to where we were at yesterday. And I still think that we'd be better with a non-stick pan, but this type of crispiness, this little crust that we have, is perfect. And you don't even have to do the slider size. I just had to be a little bit more casual with the size of our burger. Yeah, you can make a chicken burger like this, no problem. And any sort of little toppings that you want in order to make your burger perfect. I'm obviously not opposed to carbs since I'm having potatoes and rice, but I try to stay away from breads as much as I can, at least here in America. So no chicken sandwiches for me today. Not today. Smells good. Let's add a little bit of garlic salt. Personally, I like cooking these potatoes in the bacon fat more. I think they soak up the flavor and I think they cook quicker. I think the edges of the potatoes get nice and crispy, which is nice. But with the butter, I find that the potatoes simply just get soft. Nothing wrong with that, just different interests for different people. Perfect, our rice is done. I was thinking of doing something cool, and I realized it would just be a disaster. Let's see how soft this is. Oh, soft enough to put the onions in. Yeah, unfortunately, I think we got our timing off today. I think having a lid on helps cook everything a lot better. Quicker anyway. So I'll add this lid even though it's the wrong lid. Definitely the wrong lid. Let's take a look at this and see what we can do. So, I'm going to flip this, see how our crust is. I think that the crust can go a little bit longer. This is cooked through really nice and it's keeping its form well. But regardless, I think we can keep it just a little bit longer. Yeah, don't exactly want to put this right back in the same spot it was before. Perfect. Yeah, this is actually doing pretty well. Actually doing pretty well. So I'll put these patties back the way they are. Let them cook for just a little bit longer. You can hear that. Those potatoes and onions cooking up really well. So another thing that you can do, or another thing that you can consider when making those chicken patties, and again, you can use any type of chicken that you want. I use the remains of the chicken stock that I had boiled up to show that you can still utilize and repurpose a lot of the meat that's in there. But if you're using the food processor in order to get everything down really fine, I would recommend going really heavy on the food processor to get as many of those small bones cut up as possible. Because while I'm feeling around with the patties that were there were still a couple of small bones that were stuck. And if you're planning on serving this to another person, obviously that's not a surprise that they would appreciate. So the second thing though is I had an issue keeping everything sticking together. So I added some flour to help it bind, but just leaving it in the fridge for overnight, maybe for you it would only need to be a couple of hours, helped as well. Those patties are keeping their shape really well despite being around the same size that we made yesterday. So just something to keep in mind. It's turning out really, really well. But my plan is to take these out when they're done cooking and move them over here to the cutting board. I'll then bring this rice over into the big pan, and I'll add the potatoes and onions. We'll put a little bit of soy sauce in there and mix that all together. Add that to our bowl, and then put the patties on top. And if you were gonna make this for yourself, maybe one patty would be enough. Maybe a smaller bowl would be good. Perhaps the potatoes and onions wouldn't be necessary. But in my case, I'm trying to get as many calories as possible in the shortest amount of time in a single meal, because I only eat one meal a day. But during that one meal, I get to eat essentially whatever I want. So I've levied some rules on myself on what I can and cannot eat, like with the breads. I have a no-go on that, as well as just trying not to use seed oil. Very often used canola oil for the first time last week. But those are courtesy rules that I apply to myself. They're more like guidelines rather than rules. Well, one meal a day, can't violate that. Cannot violate that. So, again, let's flip these, see if we got a little darker color on that. Yeah, we did. We did. And let's take this. Nice, they're not sticking. Let's flip this again. Show you what that's like. This actually looks like a regular old burger, or at least the cook patterns look like that. So I'm going to make some attempt to kind of clean the bottom of the pan here early. And again, I'm not trying to impress anyone, so I'm just going to leave that here. Move this over. Some of that will start to stick, and that's okay. And with this will go to garbage disposal, because that's mostly bones. I just saw a whole wishbone down there. That's gross. Yeah, I just learned recently that 100 million birds here in America, specifically chickens, were dispatched about a month and a half ago, which is resulting in just astronomical, skyrocketing prices in egg. It's like $1.25 an egg right now, which, with the amount of eggs that I eat every single day, it's making it kind of untenable to maintain. So we're still on the no egg circuit and grind. Usually we would add some egg to this, make some egg fried rice. But until the egg prices return to normal, we will simply be having rice. Daphne, what do you think you're doing? It's not time for you to eat. I really don't have a problem with Daphne being in the kitchen, but I do cook with bacon a lot, and there's a lot of splattering grease. And I just don't want her to get hurt, or just for a mess to be made on her fur, if that makes sense. Her coat. So we're just going to mix everything together. This is a nice deep pan, so I don't have to worry about things falling out. But it's not, it is the opposite of nonstick. So let's mix this around. Cool thing is I don't need to worry about cooking any of the egg that I typically incorporate in here. Just got to get that soy sauce moved around well. Let's turn this off. Let's go over here to our handy dandy bowl. Again, this is just a cup of rice, half of a large onion, a very large onion, maybe an extra large onion, a potato, a little bit of soy sauce, and then the chicken patties, which I did add egg to that, but I borrowed it from the roommate, and I paid him a premium for it because he's my little egg merchant now. So perfect. There we are. Full batch of rice and food that we have. Let's go over here and add our patties. These are really nice. I'm going to move them with my bare hands so that you can see just what an improvement the size and shape of these. Look at the color on that. That's nice. Is. Move that over here. This side had a little bit of peeling, but that's okay. That's a really, really nice meal that we're going to enjoy today. So let's finish off. Add some sriracha. It's another thing we had a shortage of a couple of years ago, but we were glad to have it back. Absolutely welcome to having it back. And if you're interested, or you would rather see the different things that I cook in a shorter format rather than watching the whole thing on YouTube, you can feel free to follow me on Instagram or our Facebook page. Links to both are in the bio of the YouTube channel. I forgot to take a photo for a meal yesterday, so I'll take a photo of what we have now. Always get really good lighting this time of day. Other than that, if you did like the video, I encourage you to continue watching. We upload every single day at 5 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. I eat one meal a day. I eat as close to 2,000 calories in that single meal as I can. And every once in a while, we'll have roommate content or Daphne content. So please return tomorrow for more of this beautiful, cute little fish. Yeah. All right, I'll see you then. Goodbye.